This is how we set up the file for making the frame. We're going to insert the SVG file, and then each red line needs to be selected and changed to score. Need to do each line as well as the red box. This is a typical setup for any SVG that's going to cut and score together. The red is usually used to indicate that those are score lines, and you need to change them in Design Space. So that's what I'm doing on the video right now. Then we're going to select all and attach. And then we're going to go up into the measurement box and change it to the largest, take the largest size and change it to the largest cut dimension, which is 11.5. And with those being locked together, it will adjust everything proportionally. Then you click Make, and you can see on your mat that it is set to score first and then cut. So today I'd like to show you how to fold this no glue picture frame. Of course, you can use glue if you desire, but it doesn't need it to hold it together. So the first thing you do is you're going to cut out this SVG file on your personal cutting machine. I used a Cricut Maker, and I will put a link to the free template for this file as well. Then it has score lines. You probably can't see it in the video, but there are score lines on the paper. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just fold along all of those score lines. I scored the paper on the decorative side, and so finding the score lines is a little bit difficult. But I'm going to give it a shot here to see where they are. And I find that folding it into the center of the box, just each score line, folding it in towards the center on all four sides, and then we will make the box. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing this. The first one I made, I actually put the paper onto my mat and cut it upside down. So the decorative side of the paper was facing downward, and it scored on the negative side. And those score lines were a heck of a lot easier to see. Not convinced yet that one direction is easier to fold than the other. So you might want to try both ways and see what works best for you. And I'm sorry I keep moving it out of the frame. I'm looking for the score line. Okay. So what we have are the two sides that fold in, and they are just kind of a rectangular shape. And then the sides, the other sides that have the angular piece are what help hold it together. Okay, so just by rolling it up, and then in the corner, hopefully you can see this, in the corner, you just take that rectangular piece and tuck it inside. Okay, do that on all four corners. We just tuck it inside. And that is our frame. Now, if you would like, you could put a little glue or a adhesive dot in there to hold it shut, but I wouldn't do so until you've put your artwork in first, because opening this up and putting your piece in here is so much easier to do prior to gluing. This is close to a 5x7, but we can't quite get that out of a 12x12 sheet. So you'd have to go with larger cardstock if you wanted to get a standard 5x7 image. But we definitely could go smaller than this. But this size here is the largest that you can make. And I will measure the dimensions and put them in the comments below. I'll give you the outer measurements as well as the inner measurements for your artwork. And so you can see that they're very similar. And they hold together quite well. I mean, it's not coming apart because it's tucked in. But once again, if you wanted to make it permanent, you could definitely use some glue in the corners to adhere that. And so that makes for a really nice little frame out of cardstock. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you have an idea of a project you'd like me to make, I'd like to know that as well. I'd be happy to make a video tutorial for you. Once again, this is Janet at Try It Like It, Create It, and I hope you enjoyed this picture frame.